Hello and welcome to part 23 of Let's Play Pokemon Pearl. In the last part we took on the Ghost Gym and got our 5th gym badge. I know at the time I said it was our 4th gym badge, but I'm an idiot, so sorry about that. Before you leave any comments calling me a noob at the Pokemon games and how I don't know what I'm talking about. And while that's true, I'd like to think I can count. Apparently I can't though. So yeah, straight away you're gonna want to heal, or pretty much you have to heal, because as soon as you go onto this bridge, he needs some pills, that guy. Can someone just give Al some pills to calm him down so he stops running everywhere? Or just give him a bike, or just a hobby or something, just so he calms the hell down, so he's not gonna run face first into me every single time I go anywhere. Crazy thing, the good thing about this generation, I guess, is that I never actually see the rival battles coming, although that's pretty much true in any generation. You never really see the rival battles coming. You're walking along, minding your own business, and then BAM! There's Al in your face, or whatever you called your rival. Hitler, there's Hitler! And now you have to take on his Pokemon, his evil Nazi Pokemon. So yeah, this battle's actually pretty easy. He started off with Staraptor, which I almost killed, but then he actually switched out, which was kind of interesting. Yeah, I think this is the first battle where he will actually start switching out Pokemon, although that's the only time he actually did it, so, you know, he didn't really go too mental with it. So because he went into Growlithe, I switched into Bigger Bird and just used Fly, and, you know, it's super effective. That's how the Pokemon games work. That's how they work. And yeah, with Staraptor back in, I thought I'd just keep Bigger Bird in, because flying is actually pretty damn effective against flying. I'm not too sure why that is, it's just flying isn't not very effective against flying, so whenever you're taking on a bird Pokemon, I would probably recommend that you use a bird Pokemon as well. That's if you don't have an electric type or anything like that, obviously. Electric is a lot better. And yeah, he switched into Ponyta, which I'm surprised hasn't evolved yet. I thought they evolved at like level 24 or something. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, I guaranteed I'm wrong, because I know it's in the 20s somewhere, I think. I don't know if it's 24. So this is his new Pokemon, Heracross, which is Bug and I want to say Fighting, but I think that's wrong. And I actually know some pretty good attacks, so you want to be careful. Although this battle, all in all, is pretty easy. I only had 4 Pokemon, and they were all pretty well leveled, and the only Pokemon that was above, my level's Pokemon was his Growlithe. So yeah, I didn't have any troubles. I doubt you will, although it really depends. Another thing I've noticed about Pokemon games is that any trainer can really have any level Pokemon at any point in the game. And what I mean by that is that someone may get to a point and have some people might get to this point and have like level 30 Pokemon, or some people might get to this point and have level 40 Pokemon. That's one of the awesome things about this game. You know, there is a unique experience every time you play, sort of, I guess. So yeah, now that we're in Canalave, so obviously the first thing we're going to do is take on the gym, because there really isn't much to do. There's some old man blabbing on about some Iron Island. Okay, there's an Iron Island. Okay, Grandad, let's take you to the home. That's what you got to do with the old people. So yeah, as that guy just said, this is a Steel Gym, which is pretty interesting, because Steel Pokemon can be very hard to fight. You really do have to pick your Pokemon wisely with this one, or at least have some moves that are decent against Steel types. It's pretty much, well, it's not key. It's pretty much key for taking on the gym leader, but I'm not going to talk about that now because we're taking on the trainers. The good thing about this gym is that most of the Pokemon are either an Onix or a Steelix. And because Onix is ground type and rock type, it's weak against Pokemon. And because Steelix is part ground type, it's also super effective. Well, using water attacks are super effective, so if you pick Piplup, like I did, then you're going to really have no troubles getting through the trainers. So that's pretty cool, really. And yeah, so Steel types are extremely defensive, that's why you're going to have a hard time. So if you don't have any Pokemon that are super effective against them, the chances are you're not going to do hardly any damage. So the three types that are super effective against steel are fighting types, fire types, and ground types. So obviously that means if you picked, well, I have Gandhi, which is a fighting type, and unfortunately at this stage, because he still hasn't evolved, Jesus, he's still pretty rubbish at this point. He's not terrible, he just, his only real decent attack is high jump kick. And while that attack is really good, if you miss you do come crashing down, and that can do so much damage, like just too much damage to you. Or if you remember my Pokemon White LP, I actually won the Elite Four because someone missed the high jump kick. So it's all swings and roundabouts, kids. But yeah, one thing I want to note about this gym is that because most of the Pokemon are water, and if you pick Piplup you're okay. If you put Turtwig, you will be okay against the Onixes. Unfortunately against the Steelix it's not super effective because grass isn't effective against steel, because steel in fact has 11 types that it's defensive against. So most moves are actually not going to do much damage to them at all. That's what's likely going to happen. As you can see there, I used a flying move and it just did so little damage that it's just not really worth it. But while like these steel Pokemon have really high defense, their special defense isn't quite as good. So when you do have a move like Surf, you can just take out in one. I know that Onix was ground type, but shut up, I'm making a point. Stop interrupting. I'm trying to talk here. Jesus. So yeah, if you also pick Chimchar, which has a fire type, you will have no problems in this gym. Like Chimchar is definitely the best choice out of the starters for this one. Although because this is the 6th gym, at this point starters don't really matter as much at this point. You know, you should have at least 4 Pokemon by the time you get here. If you don't, then what are you doing? Get another Pokemon, Jesus. Yeah, you should have like 4 or 5. So you should have one of those types covered. If not, you really need to. Although saying that, Gandhi was my fighting type that was meant to be super effective against this gym, which was actually a happy coincidence. I didn't actually plan that. It was just kind of a, what Pokemon do I want? Oh, I'll go for Gandhi, and now I have Gandhi, and it turns out it's really good against the 6th gym. Although for most of this gym I actually just use Hot Fuzz, it's just easier. And because Gandhi I think still has the experience share on at this point. Or it definitely did during the Owl battle, I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it still has it on, I think. I do switch that out for a fist plate, so if you notice I don't actually... Yeah, so... And yeah, the gimmick of this gym, you can probably already piece it together, but... Yeah, there's 3 layers to it, there's 3 different floors to this gym, and then you go on these elevators and they take you up. Although they're only one way, so there's a specific path that you have to take. And I'm gonna say this for every gym, I know you're probably sick of hearing it, but just follow the trainers and you will be okay. It's all about following the trainers. The only problem you might have here is that you may go to like that bit, which wasted like 2 seconds. And yeah, you'll notice that I'm avoiding the issue that I'm an idiot and I didn't see where you had to go. It's right there, it's that one. Just go left, just go... Oh, I messed up. Yeah, I spent too long figuring out this gym. And in my defense, okay, I couldn't see it. So, yeah. I didn't see that platform that you have to get on. It's that one there on the left. You have to get on that one and it takes you along. Because as well as going from floor to floor, once you get to the 2nd floor, you can also start taking ones that go side to side. But I had no idea. I didn't know. Give me a break. It's my first... This is a blind playthrough. I can't get them all right. So yeah, I actually left the gym to first go hill. And I actually had tried to look up a guide. See if there was a guide on this. And there wasn't. I couldn't find one. So I decided to then go back in and find the actual route. And I felt like a complete idiot. Oh my god. I felt like such an idiot. And also in my defense, that's the first one. And that's not clear. A big glowing flashing arrow that shouts, "Oi twat, it's right here," would be helpful. Then I would have seen it. It might have made the game a bit too easy, but nah, who cares? It's all good. It's all pretty cool. So yeah, now we have that figured out, we can actually get through the rest of the gym. Oh god. And yeah, just Onix. That's something that's is a positive thing and a negative thing about the gyms in this generation in particular. That just because they're a certain type doesn't mean you're just going to be fighting that type, which is something that they kind of stuck to in the first gen and the second gen. And I think the third gen they stuck to it pretty well, but in this one they kind of thought, screw it, who cares? They can fight an Onix. Well, it's not steel type, and this is a steel gym. Nah, they can fight an Onix. I don't know if they were just running out of Pokemon, even though they made 90 more. I mean, come on guys, it's not that hard. But yeah, for most of this gym you will be fighting Onix and Steelix, which is a bit of a cop-out really. I wanted to fight the Steel Gym, not the Rock Snake Gym. We already fought the Rock Gym. We'd already did that. That was the first gym. We already killed an Onix in a gym. I don't know. It just seems a bit, you know, it's not too bad. It does mean though that if you come to a gym and you haven't typed up properly and you don't have the right types for that gym, you're not completely screwed. So that's kind of I think that must be the way they were doing it. That at this point, they were running out of ideas for gyms and they were kind of a bit like, But I'll finish that point later because, yeah, Bigger Bird is evolving. That's something that I enjoyed with this blind playthrough. I had no idea when Pokemon were going to evolve. Like when Luxray evolved, I was like, yeah, booyah, Luxray! But yeah, and I had no idea Bigger Bird would evolve at level, I think 34 into a Staraptor, so that's really awesome that did that. Because I didn't see that one coming at all. So yeah, now it's going to learn a move called Close Combat, which it's ridiculously powerful. And I decided to actually teach it to Bigger Bird because A, Steel Wing wasn't working out and was just, I didn't really need a steel attack on Bigger Bird, and B, it meant when it was up against certain Pokemon it wasn't strong against, like Onix for example, it could then use Close Combat and do a lot of damage, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, what's the point I was making before? Oh yeah, about the gyms being different. I don't know, it kind of takes away the gyms being as hard, which is kind of annoying because I hated it at the time, but I liked the fact that some gyms you would come to them and just be stuck and just have a hard time getting through them. I guess they just wanted to make it a bit more open. And I would say it would have worked if there was a lot of choice of Pokemon to choose from, and because there was so much range that you didn't choose the right types. But no, that's not the case at all, because as you already know, there's bugger all choice in this game of Pokemon. Although actually in this point in the game there's a decent amount. And yeah, oh, poor Gandhi. He should have just swept this gym, but it didn't know any decent fighting moves apart from high jump kick, and whenever it missed it just did so much damage to it. If I had evolved Gandhi before this gym, I would have had a lot easier time doing this. Although really I didn't have a hard time at all. This gym isn't that bad. It's not that bad. Unless you really don't have a fire type, a water type, or a ground type, or crap, what haven't I said? I was counting them on my fingers and I still messed up. So, and yeah, look, how is that steel type? Azumarill is not steel type. I love seeing it because I would have loved there to be Marils in this game, so I could have caught one and evolved it into this Pokemon. But is this part steel type? Right, that's it. I'm going to quickly look it up. That's it. I'm annoyed. It's going down. I bet it's not. No, it's not. It's not steel type. It doesn't count. Oh, those crazy guys. I'm not really that annoyed about it. I still had fun time in this gym fighting the Pokemon, and I pretty much enjoyed every single gym in this game, apart from the second one. Screw that gym. So yeah, I don't have enough time to fight the gym leader, so next time we will hopefully get our 6th badge, so goodbye.